What up, everybody? What's going on? I am excited tonight that you are here with us. It is getting ready to be a conversation that I am sure you are going to enjoy tonight. Let me fix my mic here. Welcome. I am Dwayne Williams Jr., and I'm so grateful to have this conversation tonight. If you are here with us, do us a humongous favor, and I see so many people coming into the space. Go ahead and share and like and invite, especially invite a man. Women, you are welcome tonight. You are definitely welcome tonight. You are. But one for our special event that's coming up, you're not welcome to that. And we're going to give you more about that special event as we get into this segment tonight. But I want you to go and share. If you're coming into the space, I want you to do me a humongous favor and just shout out where you are tuning in from tonight. I see one of our great friends on the night, the man of God himself, Pastor Jermaine Presley is watching. We're so grateful for you, man of God. Thank you for jumping in with us. I see my Bethel family jumping on tonight. Jump on, invite, go tap somebody, tell them wake up. 9 o'clock ain't too late. Many of us are up doing something with our lives, so this is a great time to get it started. All right. Listen, as you are coming on, I'm going to bring up the guest at this time. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of these great men. Would y'all help me welcome to the stage at this time the one and only, the leader of the Bethel Highway Church, the leader of the Bridge Fellowship, the leader of many leaders, the man himself, Overseer Brian Knight. Would y'all help me in the comments? Come on, throw some hearts up for him. You want to say hello to the people?
Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. We're just
excited. You coming in hot too. You coming in hot. Your mic is hot tonight. I like it.
Yeah, we are excited about being here and having this, this great dialogue with some great brothers. So, looking forward to being with you tonight, Dwayne. Thank you.
No, I love it. And then next, we're gonna invite up the one and only. He is the leader of the men's ministry. He is a great man himself. Everybody got on our hats tonight except for one of our guests, but y'all gonna see who it is in a minute. He got a disobedient spirit tonight. Would y'all help me welcome up the one and only Elder Andre Wilkins? What's up, my guy?
My brother, how you feeling, my brothers?
How you feeling, man? I see you. Hold on, what kind of shirt you got on here?
I'm repping for Chester up the school district,
Okay. I see you. Got your hat on tonight. I see you. I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving it. How you feeling, man? Good. Had a good week?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm excited about this conversation. I'm mixing it up with my bros.
I love it. I see so many people coming on and saying, hey, Pastor Jermaine said, Elder Andre, my God, everyone's speaking. So I love it. Next, we're going to bring up, he got promoted from a junior deacon. Now he's a senior deacon. Y'all know I gotta be Dwayne tonight. If I'm not, y'all should put a rag on top of my head and say what's wrong with this guy. All right. He's been promoted from a junior to a senior. He's no longer standing on the side just serving peanuts, but he's now a senior, right? That means he got keys to the church. Uh, we we thank God for the one and only. What up, Deacon Ted? I knew you would like that.
Man. Stop, man. Stop.
I knew you would like that. I knew you would like that.
You making me feel old. Stop it, man.
Yeah, man. You came up in the ranks. No. Let's make something clear right now. Everybody on this screen is older than me. Let's make that point known right now. Let's make that point known right now. There's only two guys on here that's around the same age. Okay, let's make that point right now. All right. Last but not least, my bro himself, my man Apple Scrabble, a community advocate himself, a youth advocate. I love this guy. Congratulations to this guy. He just gave us a beautiful ceremony of matrimony the other day, and so we're so grateful. He doesn't have an official he doesn't have an official title, so we just gonna call him Master King. Master King Q, and y'all gonna see who the disobedient one in 3, 2, 1. Woo! Mighty Christ. Wow. Q, you don't have nothing to say about you not having a hat on tonight?
Well, I do. I'm blessed to be the only brother. So I like to show it off tonight,
Okay. So what you call it? All of us bald on here tonight. That's what you calling this.
Yeah, and I am the youngest. So yeah.
This you are indeed. We will not take that away from you. This you are indeed. Hey, before we get underway tonight, I want to start here. First, everyone give a small introduction of who you are, and then we're gonna jump into this conversation. For many of you who don't know, I know y'all looking at some of the branding material saying, hey, 100 plus men, what is it? I promise you, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna tell you what that's all about. We're gonna be able to give you some stuff tonight to set you up for what 100 plus men really is and what the movement really is. But before we do that, let's just have some introductions. We're gonna start with the senior statesman on the call tonight. Overseer Knight, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I was gonna let you preach, but you just called me a senior statesman. Yes, my name is Pastor Brian Keith Knight, and I pastor the Bethel Highway Church of Christ along with the Bridge Fellowship Delaware. We're just again, like I said earlier, really looking forward to sharing this space with some great guys at this time. So, thank you, Dwayne.
No. Thank you guys for allowing me to host it tonight. I appreciate you. The men's ministry leader, Elder Wilkins. Come on, man. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are.
My name is Andre Wilkins. I am a product of Bethel Highway Church. I am the leader of the ministry of the men, and I'm looking forward again to having a great conversation, not just with these brothers, but with all of those that are watching on social media. So we're looking forward to dialogue with you all tonight.
Yeah, I see the Bethel family coming on. Let me just do this real quick. Shout out to the entire Bethel family. Shout out to the entire Bridge Fellowship family. Much love to you guys tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'll call out names as I go through, but I just want to make sure we cover everybody. We thank you so much for taking some time out to jump into this conversation. I'm going to put this in here again. If you have not, please do us a favor. Tag a man. Everyone tag a man. Tag your brother. Tag your pa. Tell your uncle. We're going down. How the song go? We want to meet you down in Hawkins. Something like that. Y'all pray for me. All right. Go ahead and tag a brother tonight. I believe that this conversation is going to be great. We won't be long, but we will be strong. Okay. We're going to go. Deacon Teddy, come on, man. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are. We know that you're on a time restraint tonight, so we want to make sure we move you along.
I'm Teddy Holloway, a senior deacon at Bethel Highway, 100 plus, part of the 100 plus men, and I serve at Bethel Highway as a deacon. That's it.
I love it. I love the comments tonight. I know, fellas, hopefully y'all can see the comments because I put this comment up twice just for, FYI purposes. I'll do it again for the third time in a minute. All right, Q, go ahead, man. Introduce yourself. Lord Jesus.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Q. I'm here to serve. I'm excited to be a part of the 100 Men movement. And I'm looking forward to this conversation to enlighten everybody about our goal and what we're trying to do. So please enjoy, and we're going to have a good time tonight.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We are getting underway. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for jumping into the conversation. All right, let's start here. Overseer Knight, really quickly, give us some history about how you started with men really quickly, about 3 minutes of how you started with men, kind of where this idea was birthed from, and talk to us about that.
The idea of the 100 men, or just you talking about
Yeah,
that
just the men's ministry, the 100 men's. Like, how did you galvanize all of this? Yeah,
I would say for the past almost 30 years, I've had a burden for men's ministry. And, we have evolved and begin to really develop more into just seeing men transform and become who they are to become in God. And sometime in the beginning of this year, I wanted to galvanize men. I wanted to bring men into the house of God for the sake of fellowship, for connections, because in my travels and in my mentoring and just speaking to men in general, I've learned that there are a lot of broken men, and a lot of times we live in this place of isolation. And I've learned that when we live in that space, we don't get cultivated by those who are around us. And so it was put in my spirit to try to gather 100 men together. The intent was really first to try to bring our local assembly to 100 men. But then we began to say, no, let's look outwardly and try to bring at least 100 men together for the focus of prayer, fellowship, connections, celebrating each other, and shifting the culture. And that's where we are today.
Wow. I love that. Andre, do you want to talk for just a few seconds about how you became kind of like the men's ministry leader and some of your passions in that moment?
So I've been with Pastor Knight now about 13 years. We've been friends for over 20 plus years. Again, I still don't get credit for it, but I hooked him up with his wife. He married my sister, so he's stuck with me. But I am a product of what Bethel can do for a broken soul. When I came there, I was wounded, and I was shattered. I've been a church boy all my life, but it was there I received healing. I was introduced to my purpose and my destiny, and this men's ministry became a part of my passion because I wanted to give somebody the same thing I received. There was love, compassion, healing, and hope. So that's what became my burden, became my passion. But what I love about it is because, we talk about David when he brought back the ark, and David gets all the credit, but somebody had to carry that vision. So I'm part of the community.
Wow.
I like that.
Let's go, Andre.
Let's go. We can jump in right here.
Bro.
Anybody can jump in on this. That's really good. Let's talk here. Let's stop right there. That was great segue, Andre. How important is it for a man to have vision? And since we kind of heard from the other two first, Q, start us off tonight. How important is it for a man to have vision?
Well, I believe is extremely important because without vision, where are you going? I feel like you can be lost without vision. So having vision is extremely important, but also you need, like Elder Andre said, you need help, carrying out that vision. And as men, we become so prideful with our visions because we have trust issues. And I can say, since joining Bethel or meeting Pastor Knight and Elder Andre, I've been open to sharing my vision and trusting men more because, I have a past where, trusting people wasn't a part of me.
Mm.
And, being hurt so many times led me to become stone cold. And I can honestly say, since joining Bethel and becoming a part of the brotherhood that, I've learned so much. I've been able to become
Ooh.
more vulnerable. And, vulnerable is not always negative. Being vulnerable in a positive way can help you um, achieve purpose, which is the goal, in the body of Christ. So, without vision, you know, there's nothing. There's nothing. You
Yeah.
need vision to succeed.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to talk to, because I was enlightened of the story about how you and Pastor Knight met. Talk to me really quickly about that. Like, and I think it was very interesting because you two met at probably one of the most pivotal points of your life. He was in a weird situation employment wise. You were kind of in a weird situation employment wise and all of that. And like, tell me, like, when you connected with this guy, and I'm going somewhere with this question, that's why I'm asking. When you connected with this guy, probably like I did, you was probably like, man, like,
Yeah.
who is this
So,
guy, right? Yeah,
right.
talk to me.
So when I first met Pastor Knight and Elder Andre, I was in an extremely dark place. I was coaching basketball and I had lost my job. I was dealing with some legal issues and, just wasn't able to work. I didn't have an outlet. So my cousin Rodney invited me to a Herbalife workout. And I started doing that consistently just to keep my mind off of things. And one day, Pastor Knight and Elder Andre was there. And, when I first met him, I was kind of skeptical because, I'm going to just be honest. A lot of guys,
Come on, that's what we want tonight. That's what we
a
want
lot of
tonight.
guys,
tell
No,
it,
a lot
tell
of
it
guys
truth.
tell the
have
truth.
ill will and, try to use young guys who, aren't a familiar face. And, I just felt like, this was another plot against me, because he's like, oh yeah, talk to me, come see me. I'm just like, whoa, bro. Like, then he sent me an inbox, and I'm like, all right, now this is really weird. Like, this is where it started. It's basically like, you just come see me and come talk to me. And, for some reason, I felt like it was different, and I took a chance. And, me taking that chance really changed my life because I had no vision. I had no guidance. I was so
Mm.
lost and, didn't have the greatest relationship with my father at the time. Just had lost my mom. And, I needed someone to talk to. And he was there. Brother Andre was
Mm.
there, and they didn't have to let me in. They didn't have to let me in, and it didn't happen right away. It took almost 2 years. He would invite me to services. I would show up here and there, but I was like, I just don't want this right now, until I got tired, of being in the situation that I was in and dealing with the things I was dealing with until I got consistent. And since then, the last 2 years, my life has been changed forever. Like I've met my wife.
Mm.
I've gained so many brothers because I don't have the greatest relationship with my blood brother. I've gained 19, 20 more brothers, so
Wow.
this has been a life changer, a game changer for me.
Wow. Wow. This is good. I'm going to tell you something. If you're watching tonight, you're not hearing the sentiments of our heart. Please know that we definitely love Overshed Night and we love every guy up here. But tonight we want you to hear how important it is to connect with men. And of course, I'll jump in here, but I want to hear from them. Ted, I want you to talk to us really quickly. You coming from, and you don't have to give names and stuff like that, but you coming from an environment like you did and stepping into Bethel. I want you to talk about your story of connectivity to the men and to Bethel and to Overseer Night, how you came, because I believe some of your story was like, hey, they were going to see your son. You decided to roll and you kind of found this new profound family and love from men. Talk to us about that.
Well, I'm like you. It really took a lot to to trust men. It even took me a lot to trust God. So
Ooh,
at the same
that's
time,
good,
like
man.
I never forgot what my mom told me. She said, if my back ever got against the wall for me to call on Jesus. So
Mm.
my last hope was to, pray and fast and do whatever to try to get God's attention. And God came through for me in every sense. It was easy for me to, uh, you know, uh, pretty much interview anybody that I looked up to, or I was able to, or have an open mind about certain things and not just, have a cold heart, like you said. And I known of Pastor Brian Knight, and everything about him was, solid, and everything about him, everything I heard about him was good. And since my son actually went to, Bethel Highway before me, it gave me that, that bridge to walk in a comfortable place. And once I saw that the ministry was, you know, real intense with, men, strong men, and that's what a lot of our young black brothers is, lacking in, having that strong bond with spiritual men. And all they know about is having, that bond with street guys and having the street credits, and being able to relate in the streets. But it's a totally different thing when you can relate to somebody in church and have a spiritual walk with spiritual men. So it was a blessing at the same time for me to, have that bridge as my son, being able to see and observe Bethel Highway, and it was they welcomed me with open arms.
Wow. Wow. Uh let's go back to Andre for a second. Andre, at some point in time, overseer says, hey man, I want you to kind of work with the men and I want you to galvanize. And for those who don't know, we actually have a prayer call every, this is a short plug, glory to his name. We have a prayer call every Tuesday and Thursday. And Elder Andre is leading that. How important was it, Andre? And I want you to be so candid. Was it for you to kind of start working on anything that you was dealing with before you started leading other men? Because knowing that men were going to come in and kind of have different issues, how important was it for you to be who you are in leading men as the men's leader?
To be honest, I'm still working on me. I'm gonna be working on
We
me.
love it. Come on, let's talk about
I'm gonna
it.
be working on me until Jesus comes, because Pastor Knight has this joke. Whenever you stop having to work on yourself, it's time for you to leave here. I ain't trying to leave here no time soon, so I'm trying to make sure. But like I said before, it's two things. It's two major things. Number one, um, there's a scripture in the Bible where it says, whoever is forgiven the most, they love the most.
Mm,
So I love my leader, because he knows me and he still loves me, right? And he was that bridge that helped me to get to a place where I can walk with God without condemnation and freedom, and to just to be able to have a free relationship with God, right?
mm,
But anything, most people, when they receive help and receive love, the one thing they want to do is go back and give whatever they got to somebody else so they can receive the same freedom. And because
mm,
that, I want men to be able to experience what I've experienced. Second thing is, because I love my leader, because I'm committed to the ministry, his vision becomes my burden. So therefore, that burden becomes something that I carry. I want to make sure that this vision comes to life. I want to make sure that this vision is done with the same intensity that was given to me. So in other words, I want to be able to spread this out, because as awesome as Pastor Knight is, as anointed he is, he cannot help everybody. And this vision is so big. Each of us carry a different part of this vision, because it's for the kingdom. It's not for Bethel Highway. It's not for the bridge. It's for the kingdom. And there are so many men that are exposed to the kingdom, but don't have a way into the kingdom. And this is our burden, is to make sure that we create an entranceway so men can come into the kingdom, having their lives change.
I love this already, and you guys can flow with this. What we're talking about tonight is building relationship with men, and how important that is. I'm going to let Overseer jump in really quickly and talk about the importance of building relationship with men. Like, how important is that to you?
Bishop, you muted.
You muted, sir.
I'm sorry. Yes, I think building relationships with men it's something that we don't see a lot of, in particular in our churches.
Let's turn corners tonight. I love it.
This is where I think some of my burden has come from. We heard it from Q, we heard it from Ted, and even when we know Dwayne's story as well, and I kind of know Dwayne's story. There's a lack of trust that a lot of men have when it comes to men. And so the commonality comes in is to what's the root of that? What's the root of men not being able to trust each other? And so as I begin to deal with men, I found out that there's a lot of insecurity in men. There was a lot of low self-esteem in men. There was a lot of jealousy in men. And also a lot of just broken men. And so when those issues are in a man's life, but it's camouflaged, right? He's not going to trust people because of the fact that it feels like there's this thing, there's this, like that, like Q said, well, who this dude, and there's a comparison that they go from familiarity of what happened and not. And so what I tried to do was, my goal was, how do we create a safe place for men? You know what I'm saying? Create a safe place for men where men can be men and they can come with their gifts, they can come with their talents, and there's no jealousy. You know what I'm saying? That there's something wherein what you have, I need it for my life, and what I have, you need it for your life. And that's the culture that we try to create with men, because there are so many. I cannot tell you how many broken men. You got guys like, now I'm gonna say this right. When Q first joined the church, right? We told Q we gonna make him the poster boy for the church, right? So we have guys like Q who on the outside you'll think, oh, he can get what he want. He got options, he got this. But it could be a guy just like him that's deep inside, like, I just need to talk to somebody. And I need to talk to somebody that's not going to make me feel bad, that's not going to lay me out, but let me talk about what's really going on inside my heart, and then give me God. Give me. And so that's my passion, man. That's my heart. And a part of it comes from my family. We grew up, some of my cousins was like JBM, they call it. Yeah. And I should have said, well, it's true. And one thing I noticed about those guys, right? They were tight, right?
Yeah.
They were tight, man. It was like a bond. And so in my mind, I I wanted to see real bonds in the house of God.
Yeah.
And so we start and listen, this is taken. Rasheem Hagwood, one of our brothers, he made a statement. He said, people seeing now, but you talking about almost 30 years of work. 30 years of work, working with men to believe they could be in a safe place. And I found out when I first started, any new guy, there's always resistance. Most of them say, man, I don't know how to deal with you. I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm like, I ain't trying to do nothing. I just want you to, are you packed? He's are you packed now? And I'll be quiet. When he first came in the church, he said, I'll be honest with you, man. He said, I don't know how to receive you. He said, and the thing about it is, he said, I prayed for this, but it's hard to receive it.
Wow.
So my
wow.
response was, I said, take your time.
Wow. Can you stay right? Can you stay right there? And anybody can jump in. No, you opened up the floodgates. Okay. No. You good. You good. You opened up the floodgates because I wanna really address this. And me and Q raised our hand because I think we both was in there. And I met him at church, so I should have felt a little bit more safe. And I still was like, nah, man, what this guy want? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, let's stay right there. And anybody jump in. Do you think that we as men struggle with embracing men because of the brokenness of something that did not resemble itself to us early in our life? So in other words, man, I thank God for my mother. I do. My father was in the household till I was 12. I thank God for him. He passed away from sickle cell anemia. But I know that a part of my levels of dealing with men came from where he did not exist. Do you think that for us as men, any one of y'all jump in, that some of our discomfort in kind of relaying on a man is from what we did not see from a man?
Well, I can jump in real quick because I said this before in one of our last lives. I grew up in a 2-parent household, but a lot of people deal with infidelity with the dad cheating on the mom. My situation was my mom cheating on my dad and having a baby. So I was raised not to trust men, not to tell your business, not to confide in the man, because the closest ones to you will be the ones that stab you in the back. You know, and growing up with me being such a loving person, with so much ambition, being a team player, you know, from being involved in sports, that's all I had was teammates. I had to trust people. But as I got older, and began to live a little bit, that started weighing on me, you know, because my dad would drill it in my head, like, you know, don't talk to everybody, you know, don't confide in everybody, you know, always keep your head on the swivel, you know. And coming to Bethel, I'm like, yeah, I can't trust none of these dudes, you know. Every guy's the same. We all think alike, and I know how I used to think, so it's like I can't. So, you know, but what helped me out was coming into Bethel and seeing so many married people, right? But not only that, they were around my age, and I'm like, wait, this can't be real. This can't be real, you know. And like you said, Dwayne, like he never, and like Pastor said, he never rushed any of us. You know, he told me, well, whenever you're ready, you know, you could come and join or whatever like that.
Yo, that was his favorite line, yo. That was his favorite line. That was his favorite line. Whenever you ready. Whenever you ready.
You know, but then I'm sitting in the back of the church, and then next thing I know, Andre and Eli coming to get me. I'm like, yo, you said whenever I'm ready, you know, but that helped me, you know. It pushed me, and a lot of men like challenges, you know. And for me, coming from the last row of the church to the front row of the church really helped me see things differently, because I was so worried about what was in front of me, you know, that I didn't do certain things. So that now all the distractions was behind me. It allowed me to really focus on what I needed to do. And that's kind of what helped me join and see the big picture.
Wow.
So yeah, I needed that.
No,
go with Dre.
Because you know, we always talk about what we don't have, and you can still have everything given to you on a silver platter and still not have everything that you need. I came from a what they call a perfect home. Like
Come on, Dre. Come on and talk to us about that tonight. I love this. Come on, Dre.
my
No, this is good. Come on, Dre.
my father was the deacon of all deacons. Like I know when he closed his eyes, he woke up in heaven because he was saved. You know what I'm saying? That's, I'm not saying all that, but he was saved. He
was Jesus' second cousin. He was Jesus' second cousin.
I think he's one of the 14th disciples because I mean,
okay.
That's the kind of home I grew up. I grew up in a strict apostolic home. We had only 3 colors. We had blue, navy, and black, or blue, black, and brown, whatever the case may be. But there was still something that I was missing. One thing I'll say about Bethel that I think I picked up some of the mantle is that if you have not experienced a Bryant Knight hug, you have not experienced a hug. It's something about getting a hug from that. I don't care how tough you are, how much you think something inside of you breaks. And I think what's happening is a lot of men operate in brokenness, but don't want to be broken enough to heal. And I think we're fighting the brokenness that we need, but we embrace the brokenness that we don't need. And what's happening now is a lot of us we operated so long in this state that is abnormal. So when we are introduced to normality, to love, to accountability, to what we really need, it is now abnormal. So we fight what we need and hold on to what we don't need. So I think what's happening is this whole, and this is why it's so difficult, because we fight change. And I, as somebody who's a part of the ministry for 13 years, I'm still wrestling with change. But what I'm seeing is the less that I fight it, the more the intensity of the battle comes. But I have brothers who I can lean on that help me get through that struggle. This is what brotherhood is about, because I'm in a fight, but I'm not fighting alone. So
wow.
That's the good stuff right there. That's what it is.
Anybody else want to add to it? Go ahead, Ted.
Yeah. Well, I come from a totally different, background than both of these guys. And I was raised just with my mother. So I think a lot of things that, hinder guys like me is just not having that father figure around, period, to teach you all the things that you need to, be taught as a young man growing up. So I lack in that area. On top of it, the streets raised me pretty much, bad influence, codes of the streets and stuff like that. So I lacked in that area of just, being brought up in a single home. But far as, Pastor Brian Knight, he got anointing hugs. So you're gonna definitely get embraced when you get one of them hugs. And it's just the love. It's just the love that Bethel Highway bring, to the table that's identified, I think, to a lot of people.
So I want to
everybody.
Yeah, well, he complains about me not hugging him back. You know what I'm saying? he said everybody else, Kevin and our brother Nick, they said, "Oh, Dwayne hugged me." He said, "Well, you don't hug me." That's God's kind. He's kind. He's kind. I want to take a moment.
Trying to teach you, Dwayne. He's trying to teach you.
No, I give him hugs, but I don't know, man. I'm still working in that department. Y'all pray for me. I want to take this moment really quickly, and I want to plug this in. Let's go to Overseer really quickly. I'm going to put the overlay up really quickly. Overseer, while you're talking, I want you to talk about what exactly, really quickly, this is a short commercial break, guys. What is, and I was trying to get our original flyer up, is not letting me get it in, but tell us about what is the 100 Plus Men.
The 100+ Men is a time where men that love the Lord or are seeking God is going to come together for the sole purpose of connection, fellowship, worship, prayer, and shifting the culture. The overall goal is to bring men into one place, and we all begin to hear each other. We begin to sharpen each other. If we have to cry, we can cry together. No one judging, no one looking bad at someone. The goal is that men can come in and be men and seek an opportunity to be in God's presence while at the same time being empowered. And so, in this 100+ men's movement, when I tell you it's all about men, it is all about men. It's all about shifting men, empowering men. If a man is broken, he gonna leave with some level of healing. If a man is down, he gonna leave with some level of encouragement and motivation, where he believes that he can conquer everything. This team that you see here, we have been working for probably the past 3 to 4 months, having meetings, text messaging each other about the whole thing of what's going to be playing for this event. This event is going to be amazing. From the time you walk into our vestibule, you're going to be greeted by men. As a matter of fact, outside security, you're going to be greeted by men. When you walk in the doors, you're going to be greeted by men. When you get inside the sanctuary, it's going to be all men. We're going to have an all men praise and worship team singing. It's all men. We have a male chorus group coming. We are honoring men who are like doing some great things for the community, and we want to show men that, and we're going to showcase men with powerful, transformative testimonies in there. And then we have a keynote speaker, none other than our good, like I want to call him like a spiritual father and mentor, Apostle Gilbert Coleman, who has a heart for men, and he has a heart for the total man, that he will be giving us this. He'll be speaking to us in an empowerment session, getting the men right for not just the end of the year, but as they propel into the next year. And that's just a part of it. We haven't even told you guys about what's going to happen on that Sunday morning. We'll end with that. We got a great thing that's going to happen on that Sunday morning. However, this is what this is about. And already, if you notice, we're calling it now 100+ men. The reason why we're calling it 100+ men is because we already have over 100 men have already registered for this event. Can you imagine? We already reached the goal of 100 men. So now we're saying, you know what? Let's bring some more. Let's empower some more. Let's shift some more. Let's pour into some more. And so we're coming, whether we're coming empty, whether we're coming half full, even if we're coming full, we're coming to be filled to capacity as men. It's going to be young men there. It's going to be middle-aged men there. It's going to be boys there. It's going to be older men there. And we are going to have this responsibility of empowering and building. And guess what, y'all? Loving on each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I will say, that we've had this culture in our church, and I don't think it's just our church, but it's easy for us as men to be like, yo, love you, bro. That's like common. You know, that's common. Love you, man. You know, what's up, man? Love you. And that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a part of what this 100 men's one-day event empowerment session is going to be. And there are other things we got going on, but I feel like I don't want to be the only one to kind of share this information. We got some other stuff that's happening that is going to be powerful. And I want to challenge all of our listeners. If you know a brother, if you know a man that you believe would benefit from being around other positive men, if you know a man that will benefit from seeing men, different shapes, different sizes, different complexions coming together for the sole purpose of worship and empowerment. Invite him, get them registered. We are looking to impact. I can tell you, we're looking to impact. We're looking to impact. And my biggest goal is that to change and shift minds, to know that, guess what? I don't have to live in this space where I feel like I can't trust nobody. I don't have to live in this space where I feel like I can't, and I'll use this way, I can't strip and be judged. But in this space and this empowerment, you're going to see men broken and healed. You're going to see men that has transformed their lives and transformed for the better.
So, with that being said, you see us putting up some of the graphics right now as Overseer is talking. We just want to make this known, and the link was put into the comments at one point in time tonight. We'll put the link in there again tonight. But we want you to know this, because Overseer got so passionate that he forgot to mention this, that it is absolutely free. Yes. There is no cost to this at all. It is absolutely free. Come on, do me a favor, wherever you are, and just go ahead and just shout free to yourself. Free, 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 free. Right? You can't go nowhere in this world for free. How do I know? You go to the movies. If you go earlier, it's about $9. If you go later, it's about $13. And if you go a little bit later, it's about $17. I'm just saying, you know, if for some of you who like to sit at the bar and, you know, have you a little something, that's going to cost you about $8, $9, $10, or $11. So why not come in a place where you can? Oh, well, I just know. I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. You know. I just know. I know information. That's it. So whatever that's going to cost you, it's going to cost you free to come and sit with us for a day, 2 days, to get lifted, to get inspired, to become better. And we pray that you would be able to jump in with us. Listen, you're going to go have you a McDonald's meal. That's about $10 now. Soon as when you upgrade to a large fry and a large drink. And we're saying, hey, this is absolutely free. This is a moment for you to learn, grow, and it's for men only. I want to say that again for all of the people in the back. I want to say that one more time. It's for men only. Queens, we love you. Ladies, we love you. But it's for men only. And we want to take this time to get lifted and get inspired and to become better. I think we've had a great conversation tonight. I'm going to give us one more question, then we're going to get out of here, because we don't want to belabor on your time, but we want to make sure that you jump in with us on, y'all say the date. Andre, what's the dates they need to jump in with us?
11/26. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving weekend. We're going to be there at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then on 11/27, that's Sunday morning at 10 a.m., we have our friend and our brother all the way from Maryland. We call him the Bishop, Jermaine Presley. We love him. We love him because not only do we love him because he's a man of God, he walks heavy in the word, he's anointed. But there's a rumor going around that he makes the best shrimp and grits from on this side of heaven. So we're looking for him not just only to feed us from heaven, but bring us a bowl of grits.
Listen, hey, Dre, one thing that I can contest about Pastor Jermaine, I keep trying to get Overseer Knight in a cooking competition. Now, I can tell y'all this, both of them jokers can cook. Do you hear me? Like, they can flat out cook. Now, you know, y'all might like them for other stuff, but they can cook. I ain't never been disappointed eating none of their food. Now, I might not eat everything because I'm a picky eater, but one thing I can tell you is they can cook. Teddy, he can cook sometimes. We're praying for his cooking skills. But, but both of them can just flat out cook. And so we're looking forward to that. And if you didn't know what 11 was, let me help you. That is in word that's called November the 25th and 26th. We are going to be at 4221 Aspen Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at Bethel Highway for a Saturday Empowerment Day. It's going to be amazing, right? And then Sunday morning, we're going to have our very own Pastor Jermaine Presley, who is coming all the way from Maryland. I mean, the end of Maryland too, by the way, like the end of it, like at the end of it, it's all the way down there. He's coming to bless us on that Sunday morning, and so we want you to be a part of it. If you have not listen tonight to hear what we were saying, we're just talking about how many of us came into relationship tonight. We're talking about not just relationship with the Lord, because that's the most important thing, but we're talking about how we came into relationship with men. And I want to give this piece because I didn't say much as the host. I wanted to get these guys to talk, but I can tell you this, and I say this as no indictment on anyone around this world. Oftentimes people can configure me the wrong way because I seek that word authenticity. Like it is, Overseer will tell you, Q will tell you, Teddy will tell you, Andre will tell you, I seek after the word authenticity. There is no hidden agenda with me. I'm gonna let you know what it is straight up. And that word authenticity is very hard to find because, and we didn't have a time to talk about this, but maybe we'll do a part 2 to this, and I think we will. We didn't talk about how sometimes intimidation can come in, and why some men run from the love of another man, right? Q alluded to it earlier, but I've had some situations, and just honestly speaking, and this is just my side of the story. If you ask them their side, they may say something differently. But I've had some situations with men where I embraced the mentorship, the fatherhood. But let's be honest, sometimes when you come into the lives of some people don't know really what to do with you because they don't know how to mentor you or know where they can fit in. And as a man, I think I've experienced men who I looked up to as at least a brother or someone with more wisdom. I felt those levels of intimidation come down on me, and it came different ways, and they may argue differently, they may say something differently, that's fine, but I felt it and I know it, right? You can't tell a person what they're putting together isn't true. And so I'm so grateful for when I came into the Bethel family, and this is a city an hour and 40 minutes outside of my city. When I came into the Bethel family, I immediately felt the brotherhood. Now I'll tell y'all the truth. Andre, he was a little
The truth. Yeah.
Andre was trying to figure me out because
we on live, Dwayne. We on live.
Oh, I know where we are. I'm okay with it.
I think this is good. It needs to be said.
Yeah.
Not
No.
it needs to be said.
Don't pipe him up, Pastor. Don't pipe him up.
Yeah. When I first came in, Andre was very different. That's the word I'm going to use.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He was that's good, right? I told you I got you. He was very different with me. But I'm gonna tell you something now, man. I'll stand right next to that guy and go to battle. Because he has showed me his heart. And I get it, man. When you come into a space and people don't really know you, they kind of trying to figure you out. I'm a little different. I'm more receptive to people first, and then if you show me something different, then I cast you away. And that's why I didn't judge Andre, because what he was he was seeing first before he brought me into the circle. And I think either way is perfectly fine, right? Me, I'm more like, I embrace you, and then if you will, I'm like, all right, that's enough. Okay, go over here. He did it the opposite way, for real. And I had to say this to myself. I said, you do what he do, you just do it reverse, right? Once you see a person's, colors, you like, all right, he's like, I'm gonna see you out first before I invite you in to sit at the dinner table. And so I appreciated him after that, because I'll stand next to him. Nick, our other brothers that are not on here, and I'm not gonna get into calling people names, because then y'all text Overseer and be like, how come he didn't say my name? We don't have time for that tonight. We don't have time for that tonight. We don't have time for that tonight. So we're grateful for all of the Bethel men, and I just needed to say that, because when I came into it, I was just like you. I met him at a service, and he was talking to me like he knew me for like 5 years. And I got in my car and was like, what's up with this guy? And then hey Q, and then I got an inbox. How you doing, man? You good? I was like,
blocked this dude.
hey Q, I was like, hey, I would have said it like this because I wasn't fit nobody. Hey Q, I knew he wasn't like that, right? So I was like, all right, what's up? You know, I was like, hold on, what's going on here? What's up? Right? But I seen it, and Q, same thing. He like, hey, I'm having this conference. I remember I went to the First Pastors and Leaders Summit. I sat in the back for real, and it was like weird because people was like, you know, who this guy? His brother Israel, all of them. They was all looking like, who this guy, right? And as I started to come around more, huh?
I was in his office in that chair, like fidgety, like, what am I doing here, man?
but and I'm saying all of that. I'm saying all of that history, y'all, for y'all to hear this. That when I got around these brothers, I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot to we went on vacations together, and I ain't never done that with no brothers. You hear what I'm saying to you? Not even my own family. Okay, I want y'all to hear that. You know, right? Hey, Teddy, right? You never done that either, right? Like we go on vacation together. We always at somebody's men's retreat, and when we go to people's stuff, we shutting it down because we bringing the most people. You know what I mean? So I'm just listen, y'all. Don't judge him. You come at me. Y'all got something to say to him. You come at me. I stand 6'2". I deal with it myself, right? And so the reality of it is, man, is like, man, I'm saying all that to say, it is a family of brothers, and we do disagree, and we do have moments. And we do like, man, this joker getting on my nerves. And we do, you know what I'm saying? Look, even Stacey agrees. She said y'all always at somebody's men's retreat. Always. I said, I don't have enough money to keep messing with Knight. every time, hey y'all, am I lying? Every time we look up, guys, we gotta get, go ahead, yo.
I still owe Pastor money.
I do too.
Oh, trust me, I do too. I do too. I think three of us on here do. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I do too. You know, like we always go into a men's conference and be like, hey guys, gotta send y'all registration money in right now. Like, you know what I mean? We do pop-up dinners where it's like Andre be like, y'all, what y'all doing tomorrow? Y'all want to go out to eat? We out to eat. And I'm saying all that to say, the essence of men, when we receive that love, when we receive what we have, we will galvanize around each other, and we will make it a family, not because we don't have nothing else to do. I'm gonna tell you, 4 of these guys are married. I'm not. Okay, all right, let me get out of that. 4 of these guys are married. Hold on, let me say this before you say something, Overseer.
I had a vision.
I know you had a vision. I knew you had a vision. 4 of these guys are married, and I'm saying that because I know that they love their wives. I know that they absolutely love their wives, but to see them balance their family life, the men life, and still give so much, I want to take this moment and give them their flowers. I want to take this moment and celebrate them, and not just them, every man that goes to Bethel, because we disagree. I don't want y'all thinking like this is like we over here like the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch. This ain't the Brady Bunch now. Like, we disagree, and we will stop talking to each other for a day or two, right? But then we come back around and be like, you know what? This our brother, and we make it right. Yes, sir.
Just this past Sunday, we was at Teddy's house, and we found out. Now, hear me out. Just hear me out. We found out that we had 2 or 3 Trump supporters. And
we ain't judging. Hey, did you see the room get quiet? Did you see the room get quiet? Never.
It was so quiet in that room.
It was so quiet in that room. It was like this. The first, hey, hut. Dude, everybody was like, yeah. 3 people was like, yeah, I voted for Trump. Everybody was like, damn. I love the maturity because ain't nobody say nothing like, yo, why you vote for them? Everybody was just like,
nobody said nothing, man.
Everybody was just like, everybody was like, okay.
I think one of the things that is missing in our communities is this level of this thing. But I try to really bring forth is we got to bring back respect.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we don't know how to respect people. And that respect is that I don't have to agree with you.
That's
I
it.
respect you. And
That's
I
it.
think sometimes because of disagreements, we make a disagreement a grievance. We make
Yup.
disagreement an opportunity to separate. No, some disagreements is just that's how I feel. That's my, listen, I study personalities. There are several personalities in that person.
Several.
We all going to do things different. And part of my personality causes me to act the way that I do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Dwayne personality, and every now and then be like, "Oh, Dwayne, just chill a
Take your
little."
medicine.
You know what I'm saying? Now I will say this: we did go away together. We took a vacation for Q's bachelor party, and thank God that I was there because if I had, whew, no, I didn't say anything about Pastor Dwayne being there. I'm about Pastor. Thank God Pastor Knight was there. You know what I'm saying?
We would have tore Miami up.
It was, but this is what the testimony was with the men. They said, "Yo, for the first time, I've been away to something like this, and I had a good time, and we didn't have to wild out,
Nope.
but we had a good time. We fellowship. We
Yep.
supported each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing. And so I think that's what men need. I think there's a thing we got to show men intentional. And I'll say this last thing for real, right? Just Sunday, I found out. Well, I saw it myself. There was a young man that came to church on Sunday, and we have a rule in our church that anytime a new guy comes into them doors, we need at least 3 to 4 men to go greet that dude, show that brother some love, and get his name and number. But let me tell you something. I put out a text message, I think it was on Tuesday. I said, did anybody see the young man that came to church? And I took a picture of the live and I posted it onto our chat. Right? I said, third row, second seat. That's how intentional I am when it comes to ministry, right? And so the brother's like, oh, Pastor Knight, I forgot. Oh, Pastor Knight. I was ready to pull out my whip. Right?
I wasn't there.
But Andre, there was a few guys with me, right? And so I said, so then one of the brothers said, oh, yeah, we I saw who he was. He came with so and so and so and so. I'm saying that to say this. Our goal is being intentional about men. Very intentional about men. And as a leader, I am very intentional about men. I'm sure.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. You talking about the guy with the glasses on?
Yeah.
Sunglasses?
Yeah.
We dabbed him up. Yeah, we got him.
He didn't see y'all text message because you and Blair said something. I was getting ready to check it. I was getting ready to tell him like three of the men did respond. And even myself. Yep, we did.
And hear me out. That's what I think men need. They need to be able to be greeted. They want to be able to feel comfortable when they come into a church, in particular a church, by men. You know what I'm saying? That greeting, that impact is very, very crucial and important. And I say this sometimes, like after church over, we talking, we having fun. We know each other. The goal is get to the guests, talk to them. Don't let them leave without you greeting them. Don't let them leave without getting the name. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard to get a dude's number, right? That's kind of like strange a little bit, but you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel welcome. And so I'm just excited about what we have. However, I'm even more excited about what we're building and where we're going. And we're going to talk about another thing. And next time we talk, we're actually about to bring back our mentoring program. And the next time we come on, we're going to discuss more about that and the impact as to what that's going to happen, where men now have an opportunity to go and mentor other young boys that's in the street. And we see the violence, we see what's happening in our own city. Our young guys need mentors, and we're about to impact this our community by sending men out and by bringing young boys into our place, not for church, but for empowerment. You teach them life skills, teach them how to find their purpose, teach them how to understand the uniqueness of their fingerprint, and letting them know they have something to offer. So we ready. We ready, y'all, and we're about to blow. Not I shouldn't say blow. We're about to do a great. I'm saying old school. About to do a great work in the city of Philadelphia.
Yes,
Yeah, listen, guys, if you enjoyed this conversation really quickly, those of you who are watching, we got about 13 people watching on YouTube tonight. We have like another 13 or 14 people watching so far on Facebook. We had 45 people total jump in. Thank you for jumping into that conversation tonight with us. And they hung with us for about, I don't know, probably about 30 minutes max. So we appreciate you. We know it's late in the hour. Do us a favor. Would you do us a favor and just throw up some hearts really, 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 really quickly? Throw up some hearts. If you're on Facebook, throw them up, throw them up, throw them up. throw up some hearts for us because we appreciate the love. I want to reiterate one last thing before you get out of here. If you have not, and you are a man, and you have not registered for this wonderful event that's getting ready to come up, here it is. We're going to use our famous elder tonight, Elder Nick Norman. He's our famous elder. We're using his picture tonight. Go register for the campaign. All right, go register for the campaign. We are ready for this movement. We're ready for you. It's happening. November the 26th. I'm sorry, I want to say those days again. November the 26th and November the 27th. November the 26th and November the 27th. Jump in with us. It's going to be amazing. 100 plus men, 100 plus men. I'm happy to report this, that we are currently over 100 odd something men. I think we're up to let's go. I think we're up to about 115. Listen, we there is no capacity. Our church can hold about 200. So, we'll pull out more chairs if we need to. But please, if you are a man, you are a brother, you are a cousin, you are a friend, go register those men and tell them they need to get there. This the one time, ladies, I need you to do me a favor, and I wouldn't tell you to do this any other time. He want to go on a date with you, tell him he got to come on the 26th first. If he can't come on the 20, if he can't come on the 26th, he can't go on the date with you, especially if you go to Bethel. Come on, I want you to jump in there. He can't go until he come here. Until he come here, he can't go with you. So make sure you get him registered. It is going to be amazing. It's going to be a great time. It is going to be fellowship, prayer, inspiring, inspirational. It's going to be a whole lot of things. And we're like Overseer Knight said, we're going to be honoring men in the community that's done some great work. And I'm excited to be a part of this. We also want to remind you, you can check out Bethel Highway. You can check out Bethel Highway. I stole that from the famous elder. You can check out Bethel Highway on social media. Please do that. Go check us out on social media on both Facebook and Instagram. Facebook and Instagram at Bethel Highway Church of Christ. Why do you want to follow us on social media? Because we are going to let you know on social media the different things that we have coming up. And as I told you in the beginning of this broadcast, we have men's prayer as well as women's prayer too, because I don't want to leave them out. But we have men's prayer on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you can jump into it, and it's free. Listen, while you're on your way to work at 6:30 in the morning, dial in, just listen. You ain't got to say nothing, no pressure. We just want you to tap into what the men are sharing and what the Lord has laid on their heart, because it will help you get through the day. So many testimonies have come in. We got a lot of Peters at Bethel, and so many testimonies have come in of how they was ready to rip somebody's head off, but because of that prayer line, somebody shout glory. Because of that prayer line, they was able to be like, you know what, y'all? I calmed myself down and I didn't go Peter on nobody. Amen. So we're thankful for that. Jump in so it can help you out. As well as I also want to shout this out, because I'm going to do it because we do it. 10 a.m. Sunday mornings. Where's it going down? It's going down at 4221 Aspen Street, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at 10 a.m. That is the bottom, West Philly, West Philly. That's in West Philly. It's going down at 10 a.m. every Sunday morning. Come fellowship with us. We would love for Overseer Knight to put his loving arms around you, as you have heard about his hugs tonight. We would love for him to hug you. We would love for Lady Knight to give you an elbow, because I don't know if she's going to hug you or not, but I give you a high five. You know, COVID is real. But he'll hug you. He will hug you. Andre will be there looking stern to make sure you don't do anything inappropriate to his leader. And so I got energy tonight. So come join us at 10 a.m. I'm telling you, it's going down. And I want to warn you, don't be alarmed. Our elder Wilkins invited his principal last week, and I was looking from afar to make sure he was okay, because it get real in the place to be. It get real in the place to be. I want you to know, you don't have to wear hard bottoms or red bottoms. Just wear you some tennis shoes, because it is a praise. It is a praise in the place. It is a praise in the place.
Sneakers, right?
I got one thing.
Yes, sir.
One thing to say. This Sunday at 10 a.m. is Men's Sunday.
Let's go.
We're doing sneakers and suits. Come out and fellowship with us. We have one of the greatest preachers on this side of heaven preaching on Sunday morning. That would be that of our overseer Brian Knight. And we're going to do some amazing things on Sunday. We're looking forward to an amazing time. 10 a.m. The men are in charge. We thank God for the women that are coming. That's going to help support us. But it's all about the men on Sunday afternoon. So if you're not busy, you don't have a church home, and you're looking for somewhere to visit, I'll see you Sunday morning, 10 a.m., 4221 Ashman Street.
Andre, you see this comment?
Listen, let me jump in here 2 seconds. I said, he reminded me of my godfather, Minister Rayford Nichols. When I saw him, I said, I love that man. Something about his spirit. First of all, my one vision I saw with him when you was being installed as pastor, he laid hands on you and you quickened. I knew he had Jesus. So really anointed then. But listen, he's gonna be our preacher on that 27th. But again, before we get to the 26th, before we get to the 27th, before we get to Sunday, meet us at the Bridge, Baltimore, on Saturday with our pastor Dwayne Williams.
Yeah, just meet us there for a replay this Saturday. Don't meet us there for the full throttle. Glory. I got to go to Philly. And referee this flag football game that we having. So y'all meet us for a replay this Saturday. And thank you, Andre, for that. I appreciate you, big bro. Meet us there for a replay. It's gonna be a good word. Y'all heard it, but probably missed it. So we're gonna get a replay this Saturday. We headed to Philly to have some fun this weekend. We get the chance to referee the youth flag football game of Bethel and our dear youth pastor Kevin James Johnson. He'll be doing a community flag football game for the kids, and so we're grateful for him. And so that's where I'll be, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a replay because I've learned that God is everywhere. All right, and you'll get what you need in a replay too. Okay, so we're there. But meet us this Sunday, 10 a.m. Men, it is suits and sneakers, correct?
Absolutely.
Suits and sneakers. I'm wearing the same suit that I wore my ordination So y'all don't judge me. I knew y'all would find that funny. Ted is gonna wear a new suit. Overseer is gonna wear a new suit. Q is coming straight from Fashion Nova. And me and look, and me and Andre are coming from our closets. All right.
Before you close, can I share something?
Yes, sir.
Unless Q want to share it, what's going to happen this Sunday? What we be celebrating?
Sure.
When we talked about breast cancer.
Mm-mm. Oh, okay, yeah. So this Sunday,
He gonna say no.
So this Sunday we will be giving out breast cancer awareness pins to those who attend service, because I'll be greeting, so you'll see me first, and we're going to honor breast cancer awareness, the survivors and the ones that we lost, because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So be ready to come in and get pinned up.
Let's go.
I love it. And listen, I want to shout out. So many great people have tuned in tonight, but one of our Bridge Covenant churches, Pastor Bailey, she was present. Elder Bailey, he was present. Shout out to them. Definitely want to shout them out. Amazing people. I think she texted me for the flyer. We're not giving you the flyer. Holiness is right. No, we'll give you. It was so funny. Q said no. That joke was so funny. He's like, no, we didn't. Oh yeah, we did talk. We'll give you that flyer, Pastor Bailey, for your men to join us. We hope tonight we're gonna have a part 2, because I want to talk about how do we as men deal with the spirit of intimidation when we feel like we are around a man. It could be our father, our leader, someone we look up to. When they have that spirit, how do we operate around that? How do we deal with that? And we want to tap into some more deeper issues. So be on the lookout for part 2. We're going to probably give you that a little like early November. Okay. We're going to probably bring that to you early November, part 2. And we're going to have that conversation. We won't make this an every week thing unless the Lord talks to us to do so. I know that's a lot for Elder Andre, because, he's ready to go lay. Yeah, but glory to his name. But we thank God for each and every man. Everyone want to give their final remarks before we go? Final closing remarks.
I'm good.
Good, Dre.
Love you all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Good, Q.
Strive not to be a success, but be of value. I love y'all. Good night.
I love that. That sounds like that came out of the book of Johnny Cochran. I like that. Ted, you want to say anything?
I just can't wait, man, to this conference. I just can't wait. It's gonna be so empowerment, man. I'm just excited, man. I can't wait.
Ted, I didn't see the church administrator on tonight. Is she watching?
I put it to bed, man.
We out of here. We out of here.
I'll turn my camera on.
I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you tonight. Woo, Shadia. Oh Lord, we want to thank y'all tonight. We gotta go. We want to thank y'all tonight for joining us. We love y'all. May the grace of our Lord be upon you. Let me pray for you, Father. Keep your people tonight as they are laying down for sweet sleep. Father, bless them, favor them, rise them up for another day that you have allowed them to see purpose. And we give you glory and honor now for what you're going to do to their life for the rest of the week. In Jesus' name we pray. Until next time, my friends, we love you. May God be with you. Men, hold up, mute your mics. Don't say anything. May God be with you. Bless y'all.